Y'all, I cannot stress this enough. This man, out of nowhere, just reaches into his pants and pulls out a whole gun. Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. I know y'all see me sitting pretty on my couch with my glass of wine. Y'all know I'm about to spill the tea, so stay tuned and finish this video because you won't believe the story I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna take a hit of weed too, just because I just cleaned my pipe and I deserve it. So while we're waiting for me to go back to the strip club to do the stripper vlogs for you guys, I decided that I'm also, I have so many stories to tell you guys. So today, we're gonna be talking about probably one of the scariest things that has happened to me while I was dancing in the strip club in South Houston. So I am originally from Houston and I have danced all over Houston, and one of my home clubs was a Chica's club in South Houston. If you know, you know. It was BYOB, fully nude, and it was like an after hours spot where everybody went to have a really good time, you know, when the other bars and strip clubs closed. And sometimes it would get, you know, really rowdy over there and like super chaotic. I would go there pretty frequently because, you know, I just do better in the mixed clubs, and the after hours was a lot of fun. And of course there was a delicious taco truck outside on the weekends, so your girl couldn't help herself. So this particular night I decided I want to go work at Chica's and make myself a big bag. So I got ready, I took a shower, I did my makeup, all that good stuff, packed my dancer bag, and then I went to go out to eat, and I smoked me a nice little blunt before I finally headed over to Chica's Cabaret to dance for the night. So I get there, I dress out, I hit the floor, I do my thing, I start making money. And then, you know, if you work at after hours clubs, you know, like sometimes they don't get popping until like either after midnight or, you know, really honestly, like after 2 a.m. So around 2 a.m. comes, a whole bunch of people come into the club that night, and, you know, there's like, I remember this really big section, and, you know, I make my way over to that section, you know, before like other girls start going over there, and, you know, they like let me in the section, you know, like this guy that's in the section, he's like clearly really into me, like, you know, like, come here girl, like sit down with me, like we're gonna do our thing, like let's party some, all that. Mind you, you know, I'm not just like going and like sitting down with them to hang out, you know, like I'm, you know, introducing myself, we're talking, vibing, you know, before I'm gonna start, you know, trying to make my money moves for this money bag, okay? So, you know, we're vibing, I take a couple shots with him, like, you know, our little shot glasses there, they're like little like plastic like medicine cups. So really they're like little half shots. So I'm hanging out, we're smoking hookah, all that, you know, we're trying to talk a little bit, but you know, like the clubs that, you know, is really loud. So we're like getting along pretty good, and so far, like I noticed, he's like one of those guys who like is nonstop like cracking jokes, or like it's almost a little too much, like you could say like kind of obnoxious or something. But he likes to poke a lot of fun at, you know, everybody around him, and maybe even you a little bit, but it's all in like lightheartedness. So we're like getting along pretty decent, and you know, it comes to the point in time where I'm like, okay, like, you know, our vibe is good, like what's gonna be the move? I'm enjoying my time with you, so where's the money? Where's the money, honey? Like, how would you like to do this? Because I need to walk away from this with some money. And he basically tells me like, oh, I'm actually not really here to spend money on you girls. Like, I'm homeboys with the DJ or whatever. Like, you know, like what, I don't even have to explain. Like, you already fucking know what kind of customer I'm talking about. Like, oh yeah, I know so and so. Like, we're cool here. I don't spend no money on no girls. I just like to hang out and look at the guys, really. Like, ugh. But he basically tells me, you know, in a second, I'm gonna go ahead and pay you because I really like you. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, like this dude's about to get like, I'm gonna let 2 more songs play, or 1.5 songs, and then I'm gonna say, you know, pay up or I'm leaving. So a couple more songs pass, and I bring it up because words don't mean shit in the strip club. You can't compliment me and it pay my rent. You can't say you're gonna pay me and not pay me. I need it physically in my hand. So, y'all, I cannot stress this enough. This man, out of nowhere, just reaches into his pants and pulls out a whole gun. A whole ass gun. Like a little, like, I don't know, like pistol or like some shit like that, Glock. And he literally, like, he holds it like to my thigh and he like presses it against my thigh like super hard. And y'all, he is like, it's just dead ass like staring me into my eyes. Like, I don't exactly remember what he said word for word because as soon as that happened, my adrenaline like spiked. It started racing. My heart was racing. But he basically said something along the lines of like, so you really think I'm a bad kind of guy, huh? Oh, well, I'll show you a bad kind of guy. And y'all, like, I did not know what to do. Like, a part of me wanted to like freak out and have some sort of reaction, but I'm gonna be honest, in the strip club, you know, like, or really any kind of scenario like that, you never, like, if you react, that could be the reason he instantly pulls the trigger or something. Like, you kind of gotta play it smart and like keep it like collected, cool, calm, collected type. Like, so I'm keeping it cool, but internally I'm freaking the fuck out. I don't know what to do. So I'm just like sitting there, just as I was like seconds prior to this happening, with my legs crossed, and I'm just kind of like looking at him, and he's still staring at me, right? But he's like, he starts laughing, like, he's like laughing like a maniac, literally. He's just staring at me, like laughing because this is all some sort of big joke, apparently. He takes his gun away and he's still laughing. And he's like, oh my God, like, that's just, you know, how I play. Like, I really don't, like, if I would have reacted, I don't know what would have actually happened. But luckily, I just kind of like played it off. I mean, honestly, I just kind of froze and then I continued to play it off. That's really what happened. So, you know, I basically laugh it off with him and I excuse myself. I go to the dressing room, like the locker room, and boom, that shit just really hit me. And I'm like shaking and I'm really scared. Like, what the fuck? When you're working in a strip club, you never know what can go down. So always stay really alert. I try to avoid strip clubs now. If I can't tell that you are like thoroughly checking the customers, I really think twice now. Like, am I really gonna work there? Because it's honestly unacceptable that that happened to me. And I pray like nothing like that ever happens to you guys. And if it does, you can reach out to me or other dancers that you trust, and we can talk about it and comfort each other, because we do and we are a part of a very tight-knit community. So thank you so much, dolls, for watching. and staying tuned for this crazy story time, my first story time that I'm uploading. I hope you thought this story time was entertaining, because I do plan on uploading more. I have so many stories to tell you guys, and I can't wait to tell you them all. So don't forget to comment down any questions, any story times, any advice, any topics that you want me to cover, and I will cover it for you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow my Instagram to stay connected, and turn your notifications on, because I'm ready to see you in the next video. Bye, dolls.